Okay, hey, welcome to another edition of, excuse me, folks, Modern Day Thrive. Hey, I'm your host. Oh, wait a minute, says my mic is muted. Why don't you check sound to see if we've got sound? I'll wait. Something's not right. Says I'm gonna, unmute. Hold on. Okay. All right, folks. Always something. Always something. It never phases me. End of the year has still plagued us with some technical difficulties. Anyway, all right. I'm going to restart this again. Here, tell you what I'm going to do. Just forget what you've seen so far. Boom and boom. All right. Hey, folks. Welcome to another edition of Modern Day Thrive. I am your host, Dean Baker. As with me, you can, yeah, we've got sound on it. I fixed it. I fixed it.
All right.
Fixed it good. I've done fixed it good. As always, with me, George.
Yeah.
George, how you doing?
I am good. How are you?
Your audio sounds a little low, so your mic's either not close enough to
Now get a little closer.
Okay, that's even better. So, I'm hearing a little. It could be me. Could be me. So, I'm just going to bounce out of that. Okay, technical glitch for the second time tonight.
But we promise it will be the last one for the year.
Last one, yeah. Well, yeah, you say that now. We still got like almost an hour to go. So, two in the first 3 minutes, So, as you know, again, welcome to Modern Day Thrive. The show that we talk about multiple streams of income. We talk about side hustle. We talk about we're going to be talking about NFTs more so.
Yes.
I think next year in 2022, in the metaverse. Yes, it's it's out there, but
We're
it's
still understanding it.
We're still in. I think we're still in beta mode.
I think so.
Everywhere I go. All right, so we'll get into that in a second. But we talk about side hustles. We talk about starting small businesses. We talk about working smart as opposed to working hard, and enjoying what you do.
Yes.
All those things. If you can somehow manage to get a little taste of each one of those things in your life, you'll probably live longer. You'll be happier. You'll probably be wealthier. All these things.
Yes.
This is what we've been doing. We're in our probably pushing 60 shows right now.
Yeah.
And every week we try and give a little taste of something new, something we've experienced. We're not just kind of rehashing. I mean, we find stuff out there in the world that we've looked for, and what we'll do is we'll try it if we get the opportunity.
Okay.
Or we'll tell you, hey, I haven't tried this yet.
Yeah.
On top of that, the cryptocurrency has been a big thing this past year. So we talk about all this stuff, and we apologize if it gets a little scattered sometimes. Sometimes we're just kind of my God, this is in my head, and all of a sudden I need to share it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and virtual reality, we've done a few shows this year, or there was an attempt.
They were fun.
Virtual reality. So.
I don't think we're done there yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch you up a little more.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with VR yet. It's just we haven't really found the right venue yet that's kind of worked out. But we'll keep playing with it because I think that's going to be big in the next couple of years.
We were just an hour ago. We were playing around in one of somebody's version. That's a multi-player.
Was it Horizons World or something?
World, something like that. Yeah, and it was interesting. It was fun for a few minutes, but that's a time clock. So,
yeah,
that might be the future of entertainment. Is more things that could kill time. So if you want to, hang on, let me get this stuff out. So if you want to chime in on Modern Day Thrive Live, we're going to ask you to give us a call or chat in. Watch us if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, or yes,
the metaverse.
Or also we have a live phone in here. So anybody out there that wants to kind of chime in, be heard by the audience, or just throw some chats at us, and we'll try and watch for chats and keep doing things. But please follow, and share this webcast. It kind of lets us know we're doing the right thing. But I like what we've been doing. 60 shows. We're never running out of anything. Sometimes we'll do a show.
It's starting off when we're going to talk about.
What are we going to, sometimes 5 minutes before the show, 10 minutes before the show.
I don't know.
The day just kind of, the week just kind of went to hell. And then we're looking at each other go, what the hell are we going to talk about tonight?
We'll wing it.
And it doesn't cease to amaze me. The hour still flies by.
Yeah.
We still manage to talk about,
something
about stuff. And it's been really an interesting thing. So let's open the show. How's your week been going? What's been going on in your world?
I've been doing a lot of research because I really want to kick next year off.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into some stuff, and all over across the board. Obviously I started my investment company. Starting to produce on the crypto side, but I want to start adding some more stuff into the portfolio. I don't want just crypto. I want alternate investments, and these I'm talking the bottom level of alternate investments. $500 investment that starts cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and then working my way up to the thousands and then higher as it goes. So yeah, I'm looking at. I've been doing a lot of research on different companies. I'm finding a couple that look promising, but I don't know quite yet what they're about, so I'm not quite at that point.
Yeah, give me one in particular.
Yield Street was one of them.
Yield Street.
Yield Street, yeah, they have it's like an investment kind of fund. Minimum is $500, and it produces
$500.
$500.
For those of us not millionaires.
Yeah.
That means $500. And that's really not gonna.
Get me started.
But it's not gonna. It's not like kids won't go to college.
Oh yeah, no.
For $500.
Yeah, you won't lose on too many meals.
You're not.
I'm not breaking the bank.
I mean, I would still pinch if I lost $500.
Oh yeah, sure.
But the idea is that So when you look at something, what do you do? How do you vet it?
I mean, obviously, I hit the web. I want to make sure there's no major, stings out there that kind of just look kludgy. See how long they've been around. Kludgy, meaning you look at and all of a sudden everything you see says, "Stay away from these guys." This and that happened, and I always look for reviews. Although I don't take stock in reviews,
right?
Because I think most reviews, especially when they're all positive,
right?
I don't believe them. I won't say I don't believe them, but I take them for a grain of salt. I look more so for negative reviews, and you even have to read through it.
Okay.
Because a negative review doesn't mean that the product's bad. It could mean that the person that got into the product had the wrong expectations of what they were getting into.
Okay.
I didn't do my research, and I gave them my money. It didn't make me $1 million. Well, it never says it would. It says it right here.
In business,
Got a comment.
in business, when I meet somebody, I put that up.
Okay, no problem.
This is about lifestyle. This is about
Yeah,
lifestyle. This
sure.
is what we're doing for. We're not doing it. I'm not doing this getting rich is great, but it's getting rich means I want to have a better life. I want to do better things.
Sure.
And I want, and it may not include a bigger house, and it might include a better car, but I want a better life.
Sure.
Let's
do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it.
Scale up the restaurants I frequent.
Sure.
It could just be anything like that, or just be able to, just surround myself with friends and family and not be looking at the clock always like I gotta be somewhere, I gotta do something, and I want some of that freedom.
It's funny you said that because Sarah was over the other day and we were talking, and she was talking about her job and what she's doing, and she's not happy with what she's doing, and she was kind of talking about the same thing, but she doesn't know what she wants to do. I said, I've been working for X amount of years.
Well, when you're in your 20s, you're kind of doing that.
Yeah, she's still at the point where she's like, I really haven't discovered what I want to do.
Regardless as to whether you went to college, whether you got a degree, there still comes that time, preferably you go through that when you're in college, before, or when you're in some sort of training or something like that, that you kind of decide, like if you're trying to be a doctor and you decide halfway through school, it's like, I really don't want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, then
Yeah.
But there's a lot of kids out there that just don't know. They're just trying to,
the experience.
And they fall into, sometimes they just fall into their waiting tables, and then they go, ooh, this could turn into something bigger.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
Set your sights a little higher. I mean, granted, it's great, but bigger in my world might be if you're waiting tables, and you might want to own your own restaurant. But you can't get from here to there. But there are lots of places where you can start putting yourself into a better situation.
Yeah, I talked to her and I was, I said, you need to set your bar higher. Instead of being the worker, you want to be the owner. So figure out what you want to do. Let's figure out how we get you there.
My brother just commented here, and I'm not sure where this goes. It set up bar in metaverse, stream live bootleg boxing, and get paid in Bitcoin.
Okay,
Wow, where are you surfing right now?
Yeah, right.
What are you watching on YouTube right now?
More information.
That's really specific, but completely ambiguous, right? I'm like, what are you watching right now? That's what I want to know.
And I haven't come across that
I
one
understand they get paid
yet.
in Bitcoin, but stream live bootleg boxing. I remember on YouTube they were doing this, bum fights and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Just these random backyard brawls.
Yep, I remember those.
You remember backyard brawls, and there's that one guy, scary big guy, and he would show these Fight Club type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. They're bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah, I remember those.
And
it's been a while since I've seen them.
It's still on YouTube.
I'm sure it is.
So I don't know my brother is.
I'm in a whole different world in my YouTube algorithm right now because I get all the, it's all about DeFi stuff now.
Right.
DeFi 2.0 and I'm following some of them. Some of them are looking pretty interesting. So we're gonna see how they pan out. I've invested a little bit of money, so we'll see.
So back to the point on betting. Finding something new. So
yes.
Sometimes we try it, and if it doesn't cost, whether it's an app or sometimes you try and get in light and easy.
Yes.
Just to kind of
make sure it's actually paying.
Test the water, stick your big toe in, and see what's happening.
Yeah.
And in business, I can relate that to in my normal business, I would meet somebody
Mm-hmm.
and I'd have to vet them in such
Yeah.
a way.
Sure, yeah.
And you could vet them by just
Here,
contacting.
turn that camera on and walk away.
Well, a lot of times you start with, like if it's in Florida, you can go right to the government corrections facility site and see if they have a photo in there.
Yeah, right.
Just released from prison or something like that. I mean, that's the first thing if people don't understand it. You
People
get
actually do that.
contacted to do business from somebody who's, just getting out of prison. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
It's happened to me.
Yeah.
I've had people, known convicted felons, known like infamous,
Yeah.
contact me after they get out of prison wanting to start back up again. I'm like, what? I have Google and I Googled you while we're talking on the phone and I know who you are and yet you're wanting to, yeah. So vetting a cryptocurrency, vetting a business plan, an investment, everything's, buyer beware, but vet it, do something, start with the C, if you get a name, start looking at,
Find out who they are.
find out who they
Sure.
are, find out how long they've been around,
Yeah.
Google it, type in their name and then scam afterwards, and
Yeah.
see if anything, see how much pops up. I talked to
That does come up, believe it or not.
talked to a gentleman in LA a year ago, and he was ready to do business. He sent me contracts after an hour talking over the phone. Never met him before. It was like, send you a contract and sign that, and of course send me that. We're talking, and all of a sudden, just go ahead and sign that contract. Send me a check for $5,000, and we'll get going. And whoa, wait a minute, what? And then of course, this is we're just courting here.
Yeah.
He's kicking his
Sorry,
kicking
sir, we're not
pebbles and
that
asking
close
me
yet.
out on a date. And I'm like, and all of a sudden, I've got a contract in front of me, and you want to check, and what's going on here? And so in business and side hustles and anything, you just kind of gotta be diligent in a little bit of background.
We had it happen to us years ago when we had the TV show cast. Remember, we were dealing with a guy overseas.
Oh,
it was sounding like a good thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a fiasco.
Yeah.
It's the stuff you run into. You got to take a chance somewhere sometime.
Yeah. And if you're gonna expose part of your life, just don't make it your financial part.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that is brutal. So all right. So now he's saying, been watching things on Metaverse. This guy set up bar streaming. Okay, yeah. Send me a link. Post a link.
Actually, yeah, put links in there because
I want to see what you're saying.
We're starting to look at this more, and right now the information that's coming back is kind of ridiculous. It's not real.
Yeah, if you give a link, he might be on a cell phone.
Yeah, maybe. We've been looking at the Decentraland and what it's starting to open up, but right now it says it's going to be this big VR world. You can't join in with your VR.
So we're looking.
So what's up with that?
So yeah, you're right. We're last couple of weeks have been kind of looking a lot more at and the idea was creating a going into Facebook, renaming themselves Meta.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's here, and of course Facebook owns Oculus, and what's coming next.
Yeah.
So their version of Metaverse is going to marry to VR, so you're going to be in this world and do things. And
all right, send it to us when you can.
All right. See, yeah, we're going to hold you to it.
Yeah.
So you just this kind of you're creating a virtual reality. You're creating literally a virtual reality, even though it's not VR.
No.
You're creating a place where you can go and
trying to make it more homey,
hang out with other people, whether it's one dimensional or 360 degree, fully computer. All that stuff is just it's gonna happen. I mean,
sure.
So we started looking at Decentraland last week. Put some posts up, and it looks great. And then, well, where's the VR? Am I just going to be this
Just a website today.
in
It's
an
an avatar.
in an 8-bit,
Yeah.
one-dimensional. Like, okay, is that what they're showing us? That's what they've created? Because
I think it's a future vision is what it is. But
and-
why broadcast it the way they
every
are?
time there's one
Yeah.
called the Sandbox,
Mhm.
and there's a few others too. I'm seeing that are very sought after. But yeah, just tonight we're looking at Facebook Horizons, which is clearly, well, it's a VR world.
Yeah,
We're in it. We saw it, and there's some branches of that. There's
Mhm.
gun games. I went
Yeah.
over to where there's these big rings, almost like the ring light with lighting.
Oh yeah, you were in a different area.
And you grab a paper airplane, and you grab it and you throw it, and then it just trails and it goes through the hoops and all that. And there's gun games. We were playing gun games, but unfortunately, unless you set up your own private group, you're gonna wind up with a bunch of 8-year-olds going, pew pew pew, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, and they learned a new word, and unfortunately, there's so much of that in the gaming. As adults, I like to, there's some games I like, and I just can't stand it when, they should really do not just age control for the 10-year-olds that shouldn't be around adults. They should do the adults that really shouldn't be around the kids. 'Cause I don't want to get in. No, I can't imagine any adult except the predators.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any adult can go into a room full of a bunch of kids listening to that.
Yeah.
The nonsense.
The noise. Yeah.
The noise. The name of the schoolyard stuff. That's why we
walk up and like poke you in the
yeah,
forehead.
it's ridiculous, and there really should be just a complete separation.
Yeah.
You're registered as so you should not even be allowed.
Yeah.
Just only because your insanity would forbid you from.
Yeah, right.
It's almost like when you go on a cruise.
Doing the right thing.
When you go on a cruise, there's the adults pool, and then there's the kids pool. Adults don't want kids in their pool.
Yeah.
And adults don't want other adults in their kids' pool.
Yeah.
Does that, then I hate to bring that into it,
true.
But it's more
Today's day and age.
more than just that. It's just the insanity factor. It's crazy. I was in it for 5 minutes, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. Or I would rather be in people that actually,
That's why we play. We pay
you go in, we found it, and
Oh.
all of a sudden, all the children running around. It's like, oh, I got it. I can't be here.
And we get into an Evelyn, but
The
it's
game
not as
seems
much.
cool, but we have to create a private,
Yeah.
a private group to weed out those things.
Which you may be able to do. I'm not sure you start playing with it.
So
It was just a test, more than anything else.
yeah. So
it was just something to check out. That's all.
So yeah, with everything we've had like tonight, we've added Horizons in a way, even just for 10 minutes.
Sure.
Kind of like in Oculus, there's a lot of free games. Yeah, you get
It's a real schoolyard.
so much schoolyard stuff, and you just don't want to be there.
No, yeah.
The game might be cool, so you just got to figure out if you can set up, just with your adult friends and play a game. It seems cool,
It's like Evelyn, you can put a password on it.
Right.
So you only get people to come in,
So yeah.
Which makes sense.
But it seems like every time we try and get in and one of these companies and everything is incredibly beta, and what's going on?
What is your dreams online?
Who is this person?
I don't know. I'm reading the comment. And I'm trying to figure out what it means.
I'll put it up for the world to see. Thekla, Karen.
You can yell at him if he doesn't pronounce it right.
My online dreams. Wow. Yeah. To when I want to do business, I want it to be easier. I want Google not to keep changing their algorithms, you know, so that we get in. This is my dreams online. So this is my response. I want there to be no more scammers and no more hackers. That's that's never going to happen.
Well, yeah.
I don't want my crypto to be compromised.
Yeah.
So
Just leave me alone.
we go there. We're going to get sold either way. I could say I never want to see another advertisement.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to talk in front of my phone and say the word Facebook, and all of a sudden Facebook pops up, or I said the word Domino's Pizza, and all of a sudden, boom, I get ads for it. Not unless I was hungry and I wanted an ad. I wanted a discount for Domino's Pizza. I say Domino's Pizza, and I'm right next to my phone saying Domino's Pizza. So we're gonna find out how long that takes before I start getting ads for Domino's Pizza.
I say before you go to sleep.
They are not a sponsor of this show.
No. Yeah, it happened to me. I was watching a video on business credit.
What are your dreams?
Man,
wasn't just directed at me, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so I was watching a video on business credit, how to obtain it, and how to grow, and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, it wasn't something that was ready for yet, but I was watching it because I was interested. Right. Because I'm starting out new, so I'm curious. Is there anything I can do today that's going to help me tomorrow and beyond? Right. Every ad I get now, as soon as I launch my Facebook is, and they're upfront with it. He says, "Look, I bought this ad targeting you specifically." Right. And it was the same guy that did the video. So, and he said, and they're giving away some good content. So I'll check it out later. But
I'm going to post back. I wish I knew how to spell this person's name or pronounce your name, but
I say it's Thekla. Are we correct or not?
What's your? I'm just going to put that back out there. Looks like it came from YouTube.
Okay, nice, awesome.
So,
thanks for joining
us. Yeah, and
I don't think I could wrap my dreams up in a short conversation.
I know you.
Mine are to grow. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the bottom. Mine are to grow. I want a recurring income so that I can quit my regular job. Do what I want to do.
There you go.
That's my dream.
Yeah, and that's mostly online. That's the world your dream world you're building.
I think I'm targeting that.
You don't want to get up in the morning, put your coat and tie on, drink your cup of coffee, get in the car, drive a half an hour, and make somebody else money.
I want to get in my helicopter and I want to go 50 feet to my garage and land.
Yeah, private helicopter from the house to the garage.
Yeah, go work on my cars.
I can see that if you got like 1,000 acres or something like that, when you need that. But I think you can get away with just a nice golf cart or something like that.
Yeah. I think 10 acres will make me happy. I don't think I need anything much bigger than that. I always thought 5 was enough.
That's not online.
That's not online.
Digital acres, and we're not talking about
we're not,
that. Yeah.
No, we ain't doing that. We haven't decided whether that makes any sense or not.
I don't know.
We're wrong.
I wish I know somebody out in the world who's actually.
Maybe we should ask the question.
Have you purchased digital real estate, or have you set up an NFT and made money with it?
Real money.
Real money, not
not chump change.
This has got to be vettable.
I say real money. It has to be in the couple grand.
Otherwise, because they say they've been doing it for 2 years. Man,
NFTs? Really?
I watched a video of a guy who said he was buying digital real estate in the metaverse for a couple of years, and it's taken this long, and it's taken this long for the prices to get to why it's so expensive now, as opposed to when.
Yeah,
nobody was talking about this. Even when Bitcoin started, we heard about Bitcoin. That's another story. But even when Bitcoin,
I knew about it
when the first crypto came out in the world, close to 2008, 9, 10, something like that. Yeah. We heard things about that.
Sure. I was like,
You know.
yeah, whatever.
Whatever, you know. What do you mean?
That was my response.
A thumb drive
Yeah.
that's got digital. No, what? You know.
I wish I would have just been stupid
know,
and just
and-
did it
and-
to be stupid.
And it's like, you want my money? And
Yeah.
it's like, no, that's a scam.
I think even back then, I probably wasn't heavily in the stock market either, so I wasn't really in that world at that
Didn't-
point.
Couldn't.
Really wish I would have.
Wouldn't.
But
You know, yeah.
any of it, even with stock portfolio.
So, but now here we are. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not. I haven't. You know, I've only recently heard about this.
Mhm.
And in fact, we walk into a meta. We're looking for a metaverse that we can actually walk into.
Yeah, because we have headsets.
Oh well, yeah. Oh, the VR thing, sure. But you know, we looked at Decentraland last week, and
Yeah.
and you can get in on your laptop and just look around, and it's very one-dimensional.
Yeah,
Like little
yeah.
cartoons of this, that, and the other. Oh, look, a piece of property for a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're still trying to wrap our heads
$600,000.
around the NFTs, but you know, if somebody's actually doing it. But the thing of it is people are saying, "Oh, you can do this, and you can do this, and you can buy a piece of real estate for 15 grand and rent it out." I'm like, "Well, who's renting it?
Yeah, right.
Show me the app that's you know, like Airbnb,
Yeah,
or you know, show me the app that people are actually doing it, because you know."
That'll be the
you
next
can-
thing that comes to it is Airbnb.
Somebody who builds something, this is exactly what they would do. They would seed the web,
Yeah.
YouTube. They would seed, you know, the internet
Yeah.
with enough things to spark some interest.
Sure.
It's kind of like Elon Musk talking about a crypto,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden people go, "Ooh,
I should buy.
I should buy that." And all of a sudden, guess what?
It goes up.
You know, the buzz creates the reality.
Yeah.
You know. But right now, everything seems to be in beta testing,
Yeah.
and nothing's really. Oh, you can do all this. You can do all this. I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm. Where?
Where, who, and how? You know. But if I were starting a business and I wanted to create, wow, an entire world, like a new internet, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing Facebook is contemplating right now. This
Starting their own little world.
this new internet. You know. Not like no one's ever thought of it before.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm kind of like going, I don't see it. I'm not. I know it's intangible because it's
You can't really touch
digital.
it.
It's ones and zeros.
Yeah.
And yes, it's still ones and zeros.
Sure.
But nobody's presenting it with some reality.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin's been around, and you know, probably 90% of the population didn't know about Bitcoin until about a year ago.
Yeah, we're a little crazy.
You know, and then
$20,000.
yes, and
What?
then it was, you know, then it went crazy.
I want
So,
some.
So yeah, here we are. We're at the end of another year, and hopefully getting, you know, the pandemic. I don't know, talking about pandemic.
Yeah,
It's been a
right.
hell of a year.
Yes.
It's been a hell of a year, but
Because we really still don't know
and I
where it's
think it's
going.
been a hell of a good year.
I think so too.
Learned a lot of new things about how to get your income to survive. You know, how to get your income situation. You
Yeah.
know, through a pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
you know,
think I did very well this year.
I've said this before. You know, being in Florida, we've been in rehearsal mode for
Mm-hmm.
you know, for decades.
Every hurricane season.
You know, every hurricane, we get our own little craziness. You
Yeah.
know, when the power goes out for 2-3
Yeah.
weeks, and
Taste of how to work without
we're not
water.
the only ones. You know, there's been a rash of tornadoes hitting areas, people dying.
Those
people
are
in
worse
it.
though.
Those are worse because you get, you know, like you
Yeah.
get 10 minutes.
Houses are missing.
We get 3 days
Yeah.
preparation
Yeah.
for a hurricane. You know, we get 3 days.
They get
notice.
6 months.
They get 6 minutes.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
That,
For
you
the
know,
for the actual
for
yeah.
a tornado. So,
Yeah.
but you know, we are under a constant threat. We know hurricanes are coming.
Yes.
You know, and we even get tornadoes too. It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been.
I haven't experienced one since I've been here, but I know they're here.
They do come through Florida quite often.
I think they're not nearly as targeted as some of the areas that really get hit.
Well, they usually hit the mobile home parks
Yes.
everywhere.
You would
Well,
think.
because they're the ones that fly away.
Yeah.
You know. Not saying anything bad. It's just reality.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. like they don't really let people build in Florida unless it's hurricane proof.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. And why would you?
Especially in certain zones.
Yeah.
Like, anywhere probably.
Oh, we're all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's okay. It's the end of the year. It's a good thing.
End of the year. So some of the interesting points we've hit this year. Well,
Bring it up.
Multiple streams of income. And most of this stuff comes around you, George.
Oh yes, definitely.
Walk us through.
So yeah, I am really, I'm a big dividend income person. I've actually started beefing up my portfolio in small chunks because I'm shooting for a goal. So I'm in the building phase right now. And this month alone, I got 26 dividend payments. A lot of them were very small,
right?
Because I just bought a lot of these companies. But my goal for next year, once I get it fully built, will be every time I get a payment throughout the month,
right?
I'll pay my highest paying dividend once, and then all the rest of them will be like all the lowest paying ones.
Yep.
So I can start to kind of creep in the funnel.
Right.
I'm always increasing on this side, and this one's always going to go up.
Well,
it should be interesting.
This has been my year. I've been in like with the life insurance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is something that creates dividend income for me every year.
Yes.
Boom. I'm not into stocks yet. Not sure, but I am into crypto, and I've been in for just about a year.
Yeah.
In my 12th month.
Wow.
I got in last January. So
And
after 12 months, and I've done pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So if that created a stream of income for me, well, it's only an income when I cash it out.
Well, it is
Right now. It's going to create basically hopefully a nice little retirement nest egg.
Sure.
That's what I'm looking at right now. The retirement nest egg.
Sure.
Because you have to pull it out to need it
And
to
to
live
use
off
it.
of
Yeah,
it and things like that. Right now, my crypto is still playing around, dancing like little rabbits.
Yep.
In there, just going crazy, and I love it. The life insurance, that's more of a
long term.
That's definitely long term. You want to have a long life so you can collect that interest.
See, I use my life insurance daily because I borrow from her.
Yeah.
So it gives me streams of, dollars to do stuff with, and hopefully I'm putting it somewhere that it's going to grow.
Well, it's also easier to get a loan.
Well, because you're guaranteed.
Targeted, maybe medium-sized loans to get you places and things. Not go take vacations, but actually do things that's going to help you.
People probably do, but you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't.
It's not a smart buy. I only take mine out if I have something I'm going to buy that's going to make me money.
In this time, I can't think of anybody who's, going, let's just put it on a credit card. And, people are wondering how they're paying the credit cards. Yeah. So the dividend income, big thing,
Oh, definitely.
Direct income, which is like side hustle, selling plasma. You've been doing that for a while.
Yep. I'm going tomorrow morning, actually.
Wow.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's about 120 a week for me right now, and then towards the end of the month, they give me one.
Well,
it's about 600 or some a month.
I still get email from.
I bet you do.
Farm,
Come back.
They keep sending me emails, and I'm like, no, you guys messed up.
Yeah.
It
can happen.
Their text, My experience is bad. Yours clearly was good because you wouldn't have kept doing it, and it makes you money.
Yes.
So those of you, with modestly healthy,
good veins,
make some money. You can sell plasma and make as much as a car payment every month.
Yeah.
For a couple hours a week.
Yeah.
So, and then micro businesses, which are, I guess you would consider your crypto mining a micro business.
I would probably say
equipment, and the equipment does a task, and you
get paid.
You get paid. Only you're putting it back into crypto.
Yeah, I'm not. I am going to be cashing out the stuff from my home servers.
Well, you did last year with.
I did to pay for to buy some stuff, but to depending on what it does price wise. Like right now, it went down,
Right.
so I'm gonna sit it for a while. I'm gonna shove it all. I should get paid tomorrow actually,
Right.
which would be the last one of the year, which is awesome.
Nice.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shove all that into my Nexo account because it earns interest, and I'm gonna wait for it to get back up.
Nice.
So and I'll start paying some debt off with it.
You know, the idea with these side hustles, micro business, part-time jobs, basically you're selling your time.
Yeah.
That's the
trade-off.
That's the trade-off. Your extra time that you're not on your normal 9 to 5 job, regular job, you are selling your time, and that can be, I don't know. You can, problem with that is that you don't have to build a business, or really you have to put a lot of time into something.
Yeah, put the effort in.
And if you're not going to then it's going to remain a side hustle or a part-time job
forever
and ever and ever, until you decide, oh, this is my full-time job, walk away from the other, and then focus all your energy there.
Yeah.
And if it's just trying to get out of a bad career or a shaky career or
any of the above
eating career, then that's what you do. You look at what you like. I'm a big proponent of this. Find something you really truly enjoy doing.
Yeah.
But for me, it was photography and video and all that stuff, and it's what I enjoy doing. I may not make a ton of money, but I enjoy what you do. You'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
That's the motto.
True.
And then there are things like passive income.
Mm-hmm.
Now, passive incomes are great for when you decide you want to retire.
Goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
The goal is because hey, there may not be what's the retirement, the government.
Social Security.
Social Security. There may not be Social Security by the time some of us need it.
It's hard to say. I mean, I say no, but they could be some miracle.
So people have to worry about, I worked for a company for 40 years, and they're going to give me a good retirement, and then they'll collect checks. Or friends of mine were in the military; they retired in the military, and they'll collect checks.
Yeah.
And those are things that can basically.
That's dwindling, though, in what places will actually get that from.
Well,
I think military is still one of them if you're in it long enough.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Military retirement.
Probably post office.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot. Most government is going to give you retirement more than just Social Security.
Yeah.
So the goal is to get to a place at an age where you can still want to do things, but you're not punching the time clock and collecting some kind of, could be dividends, could be, once you get your portfolio built in such a way, could be real estate investments, it could be, any number of things. Or even apps. Apps are a great passive income strategy, but just watch the ones that aren't more part-time jobs. Apps can be a part-time job or a full-time job.
Can be time consuming.
Can be very time. You could still be selling your time.
Yeah.
Could be tedious. Now, if you created a virtual game, that people just come in and play and
waste their time.
For
your benefit.
I'm loving when we looked at Candy Crush and how many billions of dollars that game has made for the makers of Candy Crush.
And that was insane.
And I'm still tickled about it.
And that is probably just from people buying lives.
And people spent the money.
Yeah.
I didn't give them a penny. I gave them a lot of time, but I didn't give them a penny. Nope. People actually give them their money to buy more lives.
It's going to be a month. I'll see you in a month.
Yeah, right. So you get enough of those games and you swap off. But and then passive income, great. It's what we all want, so that our time isn't being diced up and sold for pocket change.
Not only just passive income, but you need more than one source of passive income.
Well, that's the multiple streams.
Got to have multiple, because things can dry up, or it can be, even dividend income is a perfect example.
Right.
There will be times when companies have to pull back on dividends.
Absolutely.
there'll be other times when it's heavier.
Right.
So you don't want to rely on one or any.
Right.
You've got to have multiple.
Right.
It's just
Absolutely.
that simple.
This was, I can't think of where we were in the year when we first brought this up, but this is a more formatted version of what we've been talking about for 60 episodes.
Sure.
Having lots of streams of income. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because that basket, it's somebody else's basket. Normally, if you work for somebody else, it's their basket you're protecting.
It's like
but they're not protecting your basket. They will let you go. What do we got? Another comment?
Your screen's still up.
Oh yeah, I know. We've been reading off of this, so I guess my brother fell asleep on the couch.
Oh, okay.
He fell asleep, looked up, and then decided that these guys must be something weird here. I'm just messing with you, though. We'll pull that out. And screen's still up. Well, we've been reading off of it, but I think
That's
you
true.
want a pretty face.
I was about to say.
That's fine.
See my shiny head.
Yeah. So, these are things we do throughout the year on these episodes. And then we might take a harder look at, one or two of these things once in a while. And it's usually things that we were in the process of trying or have tried.
Yeah.
And that makes, I'm going to jump ahead. We did a lot this year on debt survival. Knowing your budget, identifying your spending habits, stopping the bleeding, creating debt payment plans. Most of this is right around the dreaded credit card.
Yeah.
Because that's what gets people in trouble. Nothing else. I mean,
easy to access money.
Always. You may need a car. Yeah. You need a house or an apartment, but really the spending that goes a little crazy is the shopping and the credit cards. That usually get people in trouble. And there are ways out of that. Lots of ways out of it. And the goal is to, figure out if there's what are you willing to do, and are you willing to really retrain yourself to understand credit and know what not to do and stop doing that. And
so I've been watching a lot of, just reading a lot of stuff in general, and I keep seeing, I can't remember his Instagram, but it's talking about your retirement age, and it says, are you planning for your retirement, or are you just waiting to see what happens? Just waiting to see what happens. It's not a plan.
Yeah. He said he wasn't asleep.
Yeah, he said he's preparing. Right. I guess we're gonna have a big shindig tomorrow.
He's preparing his nap time. He had more stamina to stay up later. Yeah. I just mess with him.
Sounds like he's mixing up the booze.
Yeah, really.
Getting ready.
Punch bowl. Nice.
We got a bouncy.
Huh?
They got a bounce house style.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they actually, this is the best time if you want to get one to get it, because you know what, they don't want to work, so they give it to you a couple of days early, and you get for the same price. You get it generally for a couple of days extra.
Really?
Yeah, because they were
all the kids out of school at the moment.
They weren't supposed to drop it off until Friday evening, and they called and they said, "Hey, can we drop it off today?" Because I don't want to work tomorrow.
Right.
And we'll pick it up on the Sunday.
Bouncy house.
Yeah, I wish they had gotten one of the big water slides. A little chilly. Yeah, we probably could have still done it. I can't have those at the house because my dog goes on the darn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like a 2-story one. I ran up and I turned around and he's standing right next to me. I'm just like, really, dude? Yeah. So yeah. It is actually. It's a great side hustle. I mean, if you got the right amount of inventory, you'll be busy all year long.
Yeah. Just advertise.
We've rented the joust one, where you stand on the big things with the big poles with like the big ends. You're trying to knock the lizard. Yeah. We've had quite a few reviews. I got a big yard, so.
Neat. He has a business of, he's a car collector.
Okay.
And he rents
Not a bad
we were
idea.
on a film shoot last night, and he brought his 1956 Pontiac Bonneville.
Nice.
It was
pristine.
it was teal blue.
Right. Convertible?
With a white no, it was
No?
a hard top, but man, those fenders,
Mhm.
the sharpness,
Yeah.
rolling beauty.
And that's probably a good investment for him because he's probably not renting them to people to drive. He's just probably
Well,
showboating.
we were
them.
driving it.
Oh, were they?
We were driving. We had we're shooting a music video. The artists were.
It's not like you were going to Miami in it, though.
No.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. In fact, he trailered it to the location.
Yeah.
Talked to the girls and that were driving it, and they never got more than 20 miles an hour. But
Scratch my car.
well, here's the thing: we actually set up a camera on the hood of the car with the suction cups. Oh, we kind of sweated over this one.
I bet.
Yeah, and he had to be good with everything we're doing.
Yeah. What happens if it falls?
A paint job on that car is
Oh,
got to be $20,000.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So
I'm sure it's got
so what we do
vultures.
is, realtors use this. It's a roll of sticky film that they put over the carpet, stick it down the carpet, so then when people walk into the living room, they're walking on this sheet of plastic.
Okay.
And so
It's nice to have the dirt on there.
so what it does is he shows up with a very clean car,
Yeah.
all waxed and everything, incredibly clean. And what we do is we roll out, and it's almost like putting just cellophane tape down. So we're rolling out this 2-foot thing, and we're putting it onto the hood, and then we're kind of squeezing out the bubbles, and then we put the suction cups down.
Oh, okay.
And the rig, I got pictures on the phone I could show you, but and he was there all the way through it. He was there all the way through it, and yeah.
Nice.
The other part of the music video shoot we were doing.
How much did that cost?
What?
To rent that car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know, but
trailer
on
then,
top of
so-
that, in the evening part of the shoot, as the guy's putting his car away, 2 Lamborghinis show up.
Oh, wow.
One was like $1 million car.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this thing is incredible. But no, I was talking to that guy, and he's got like 30 cars,
Oh, wow.
and one of them's a police car.
Oh,
He's got a police car.
like an old
and-
one? Or?
No, like a fairly modern police car. Just it's something that And he was talking. It's like, yeah, I need to get this. I want to get an ambulance because the local ambulance company, they don't want to let us rent their vehicles anymore. So,
wow.
So I used to do that.
You
I
buy
actually
'em?
rented it. Well, you can at auction.
Really?
Go to auctions and you just never know. I've seen an ambulance on Craigslist or Facebook for sale.
Yeah.
So yes, you can find them. They don't have to be perfectly running vehicles. You can, if they're towable, that's fine.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just tow it around.
Sure.
But the idea is that you can make money. You just need to have a property that you can store all these
Nice
vehicles.
indoor, garage.
Yeah, something like that.
Sure. And I'm
He's
sure
got
he has
30 cars.
He's probably got a big.
He's probably
warehouse.
got a few $1 million worth of cars.
Yeah.
That Bonneville has to be 60 to 80 grand.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It was that kind of car. It
Yeah.
was, I mean, it was top to bottom, beautiful. So,
Nice.
that's a business, and he's kind of like, I like cars. I have access to. You need a pool of cash.
Of course.
Yeah. You just can't walk into
Oh, he's got
It's
he's got major insurance on all those cars too.
insurance. Yeah, not a problem. But literally, you're just looking at it like, all right, I'm not gonna. Not everyone can start that kind of business.
No,
Clearly,
yeah.
he had money.
Yeah.
Could he have gone? Well, I'm going
Right,
to
took
start.
him
I'm
to build
going to
it, though.
start an insurance company,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna have a cool exotic car company that rents out vehicles.
Yeah, he probably did not start that.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
probably didn't start renting the cars out initially either. So.
No, it's just
You don't have a pool cars. That,
likely he had the
yeah.
money, but he's talked about even other cars that are just well looked thought to. I remember there's somebody in my neighborhood that's got a station wagon, like a 1980s station wagon, and it looks almost like from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah.
Except it didn't have those crazy headlights.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this car and I'm going, why do you have that? And then you start thinking about like, I would like to get my hands on that car just to have it if I needed to do a period piece,
Mm-hmm.
and it was back in the 80s and I needed that green with the wood down the
Mhm,
doors.
yeah.
The station wagon,
panel
family station wagon, the paneling,
Yeah.
big paneling down the sides. And I look at that car, it's like it's probably not that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody's out there looking for full station wagons,
No.
but
And you don't see it often.
but
Really
you put
do
that
see
in a car collection, and
Sure.
I mean, look at the Mazda Miata, that Austin Powers.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a paint job. That was a
Yeah.
British flag painted on a convertible Mazda Miata.
Yeah.
It's not the car you can, that car was basically just a barely ran kind of vehicle.
Two-seater.
Two-seater, but, they didn't have to show that car that much.
Yeah.
But yet, someone might look and go, well, I can get an old Miata anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then all I got to do is paint a British flag all over the thing,
Mm-hmm.
or have it just lettered,
Sure.
like
Mhm.
the vinyl wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrapped car that's not all that hard to get.
Yeah.
But because it was in a movie, all of a sudden it wouldn't take anything. To all of a sudden, I've got the Austin Powers car.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have to be the millionaire playboy car collector? Elmer J. Fudd. I have a mansion and a yacht. And,
Obviously, that's his thing, and he enjoys it.
he enjoys it,
Yeah.
and that really gets down to do what you love to do. And this guy loves cars. I was
Right.
talking to him while the Lambos were being filmed because
Mm-hmm.
he stuck around.
Yeah.
He was all loaded up, wanted to go. And I got to tell you, and then some other guys walked through the parking lot the other night and says, yeah, I do this. I've got a warehouse full of cars, and we've got one of the Toyotas from Fast and Furious.
Ah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, we're just on downtown, just, people drive by and go, oh my, that
Yeah.
was really cool. So, I don't know, man. This all goes back to do what you love to do.
Oh yeah.
Do what you love to do. Yeah, I know your car. You want the Cobra.
I do.
You want the Cobra.
I
You have been talking about that Cobra for years.
But I am willing
But
to
you have
settle.
also picked a car that's so
Yeah.
crazy expensive.
Oh yeah.
Even the kit cars are crazy expensive.
Probably around 33.
You know.
That's probably just to get all the pieces and parts. God knows.
That Cobra, yeah.
I think I'm going to start with the T-bucket.
I would,
I think I'm going to do a T-bucket.
Yeah.
I think I can do
Right.
that for under
A
20.
little road.
I think I can do that for under 20. I think I can. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I think I can do a T-bucket for under 20.
It's real simple, and a T-bucket isn't a specific model of car. It's converted off of an old Model T.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why they call it the T-bucket. And so you might not even have anything original. You're going to put a 350 Chevy
Sure.
on it, or a Ford 305, whatever.
Yeah. We haven't
You
decided.
put that, and chances are you're going to buy a fiberglass bucket that's
Mhm.
going to go on top of
Yeah.
the, whatever is into the Model T frame.
I haven't decided if I'm going to try to put a top on it or if I'm going to
Yeah.
do just leave it off. I may leave it off initially. and
All
then
right,
add it.
so an AMC Gremlin.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking Wayne and Garth, Wayne's World.
Mhm.
You got the AMC Gremlin. No, that was the Pacer. They had the Pacer.
Oh,
I'm
the Pacer?
sorry, they had the Pacer.
I don't know.
I mean, famous movies, famous cars.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you can,
Mhm.
there's a, you happen to just, if you're mechanically inclined,
Mhm.
you can make movie cars.
Oh yeah,
Keep them
sure.
around, insure them.
Well, there's a ton of kick cars out there that look really good though.
I'm guessing the insurance on something like that is not so much a daily driver. As long as
Probably
you have
not,
the
yeah.
ability to tow it somewhere, here, there, everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
then likelihood you don't even need. to
Oh,
have
for a
it
show
as
car,
a-
yeah. You probably
Well,
wouldn't need to have
to
that.
have it as a movie car.
You probably wouldn't need to have tags on it.
Probably not.
The only reason is if it
The
ends
bottom
up.
bill, he has
Yeah.
vintage plates on.
Yeah, sure. That's if it's actually going to drive on a fairway somewhere.
A lot of people like cars. Sometimes it just matters. Like, I'm gonna comb the entire United States looking for a junkyard special that I can fix up and make it a movie car.
People do it.
You know,
Find
people
some
still
gems.
do. There's a lot of stuff in the junkyard.
People find some gems.
So
Heck, in garages, barns,
we should, yeah. See, there's a business. You would probably love having.
I probably would, actually.
You know, just like, I could just sit here and look at my vehicle. Yeah, take one out for a ride, But so, hey, look at that! It's 8:00.
Wow.
Yeah.
That arrow flew by.
Yeah. So this has been our New Year's wrapped up, episode and 50 blah 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 something or other, and I think we're gonna continue on this.
I think we are. I think next year is going to be interesting.
Yep. Well, let's just say I think it's gonna be better than last year.
I think it is.
And that's always good.
Starting off on a better foot.
Yep. So that's all we got. My brother can go back to sleep on the couch. And enjoy your.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, enjoy your New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we'll all see you.
Find that link for us. I want to see it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, not yet. Yeah, send it to us.
Send it to me. Yeah.
Send it to him. He'll send it to me, and then we can all watch it.
Okay. All right. Happy New Year, everyone. Be safe, and see you next year.
Till next year.
I gotta prepare for the season. Okay, here we go. Now we're